Good afternoon. As you all know, about 6 months ago, the Florida Museum had to close due to health concerns caused by COVID. Along with that closure and the disappointment of museum visitors not getting to come and volunteers not getting to serve, came the cancellation. Well, first we thought it was just going to be postponed, but then we learned more and we had to cancel the annual reception for volunteers that happens at the end of March. So I know that a lot of people with that cancellation were like, dang, I missed out on that amazing brie and the desserts from celebrations. But even more people are probably like, man, I wonder who those volunteers of the year are. So with this video, I'm going to announce that. And before I get there, I do want to thank the selection committee that helped get to the point where we have volunteers of the year. And this year, serving on the committee was Lindsay Block, who's the collection manager for Ceramic Technology Laboratory, Elise Lecomte, who is our registrar in anthropology, Kara Schwartz, who is our development coordinator, and you all might know her for putting on some fantastic membership events, Jeff Gage, one of our museum photographers, and Andreina Hornez Peralta, who is our creative director in graphics. So a huge thank you to them, because it means I don't have to try to make this hard decision, because it is really difficult to rank the awesomeness that comes in with the nominations of the Volunteer of the Year. So it is known as the James Pope Cheney Volunteer of the Year. And James Pope Cheney was here before me, but from what I've been told by docents that are still serving with us that served with him, is that he was an incredible man who loved the museum and loved working with people and loved science and was passionate about the museum mission. So it is called the James Pope Cheney Volunteer of the Year Award, and it is presented annually to recognize the Florida Museum of Natural History volunteers who have demonstrated one or more of the following: exceptional interest in the research and collections for our museum, sincere and extraordinary interest in the advancement of children, and enthusiastic support for our community of volunteers. So it used to only have one Volunteer of the Year, but for a while now, we've switched it to two because we want to recognize the Volunteers of the Year both in the research and collection side of the museum and on the exhibits and public program side, because both are incredibly important for the museum and for us to be able to serve our mission. So this time I am going to start with the research and collections winner. So this person has been serving the Florida Museum since 2015, and in that time has served over 800 hours. This person was nominated by his entire lab that he serves with, as well as some of the volunteers in that lab as well. So he is very well loved. This person is part of Lepidoptera in the wing voucher program. And for wing vouchering, I don't know if you know, but it is a very specific set of steps that you have to follow to make sure that the wings stay in good enough condition to be useful to the museum. And this person has been doing that for 5 years now. And in that time, they're estimating that he has created between 2,000 and 3,000 wing vouchers that the museum will be able to use. And that is equivalent to 8 binders. So if you guys have seen the little coin collecting pages, the little vinyl ones, 8 binders full of that. So he has been extremely proficient. And not only has he been dedicated and active in doing this, but he decides to go with the absolute most difficult samples that the Lepidoptera has. So he likes to work on the micro moths and butterflies. And so a lot of the volunteers shy away from that because they are tiny, they're hard to work with, but not this volunteer. Not only does he volunteer to do that immediately, and that's kind of his specialty now, he's also done research in better methods, and then also has, outside of the museum, researched what tools will help make that process better. So he's of huge service to the museum. And then just a few things that his laboratory mates said about him: that his overall experience, knowledge, creativity, and resourcefulness have made him one of the best volunteers that the lab has ever had. And I loved this part. Not only one of the best wing vouchers, but also an excellent role model. He is a great person and has many admirable qualities that should not be ignored. He is very kind, extremely dedicated, and consistently shows great enthusiasm for numerous aspects of life. In some way, shape, or form, he has inspired and motivated every lab member to be better versions of themselves. His enthusiasm and dedication remain unmatched. So with all of that great praise, I would like to announce that this year's James Pope Cheney Volunteer of the Year in the Research and Collections is Gary Lepowski. Dun, 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 dun. You will be getting this amazing trophy. Thank you so much, Gary, for all of your service and your hard work. I know he's also does the plant sales setups with us, and no matter what is asked, he is happy to do it. So thank you, Gary. And we are going to move on to our Exhibits and Public Program Volunteer of the Year. This volunteer was nominated not only by multiple supervisors, but also by multiple volunteers that also serve with her. This volunteer has been serving with the Florida Museum since 2017, and in that time has donated over 400 hours of her time to the Florida Museum. A lot of the praise that she gets from her supervisors as well as her other volunteers is that she's willing to do anything. So if she's already volunteered for a task, but something comes up, she's happy to switch over. And not only is she willing to do that, she's able to do that because she takes the time to become knowledgeable on a wide range of topics throughout the museum. She serves as a school program docent. She also gives adult tours. She does tours in every exhibit hall that we have and can also serve very proficiently on the discovery carts. And one of the big things that her supervisors love so much about her is that she also serves as an outreach docent. So this is a tough position to fill because it means that the person is coming to the museum, picking up the suitcase of all the cool stuff, taking it out to a school or other community center to present, and then bringing it back. So it's a lot to ask from volunteers, and we don't have a lot that do that position, but this volunteer does it happily and she does it well. And because of that, we are able to take the museum outside of the museum walls and get it further into our community. Other things that her supervisors and other volunteers have said is that she's extremely enthusiastic. She loves science. She likes to sometimes dress with the theme of the day. So if they're doing butterflies, maybe she has on a butterfly shirt. She's extremely kind, enthusiastic, patient. Her kindness and her humor are contagious, and oftentimes when you walk past her docent cart that she set up at, not only is she laughing, but she has the museum guests laughing and deeply immersed in the conversation as well. So with that, I would like to present this year's Volunteer of the Year Award in Exhibits and Public Program to none other than Karen Allman. So Karen, thank you so much for your service to the Florida Museum of Natural History. We really appreciate you and everything you do. And to all of our volunteers, I miss you. It's been a long 6 months. It's been so long that the weather has actually turned cool again, which it was when we started this whole thing 6 months ago. So I miss you. I'm hoping that we can all return en masse to the museum. If you haven't heard, the museum is open to the public, so you are welcome. We have put lots of safety measures in. Our graphics team has made fantastic one-way signs and reminders to sanitize hands and wear masks. So we are open. Megalodon just opened this past Saturday, and with your volunteer name tag, or if you have an email from me that just verifies you're a volunteer, you still get into the rainforest and to the temporary exhibit for free as a volunteer. You are valued. We do miss you. Please stay safe, be well, be kind, wear your mask, wash your hands. Thank you so much for your service, and I hope we can get together soon. Bye.